Hello guys, this is Pap from Pap back at it again, and today we are here with the other new skill, but actually with some cards from the newest box. As you may have seen from the thumbnail, I'm talking about Ancient Gears, and I had high expectation on these cards, and I was right. These are really nice cards to play with, new way to play Ancient Gears, and I'm not even sure that this is the best one. I'm gonna come up with something with some other deck list in the next day, so stay tuned for that. But before jumping right into it, guys, just a quick reminder: if you enjoy the content, please do like and subscribe. I really appreciate it and really helps me a lot. Let's jump right into it. So new skill and new cards. This is how the deck list look like. So let's start from the skill as we did with favorite duel, battle Ancient Gear. So each of the following effects can be used once per turn and twice per duel, but first thing first, you can't use both the effects in the same turn. So that's actually pretty strange. I did not expect this to work that way, honestly. So it is quite strange. And during this turn, you can normally summon Ancient Gear Golem or Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Power without tributing, and that's fine. That's actually a very good effect because it lets you unbreak in hands where you actually breaked, because you actually, if you begin the duel with the Ancient Gear Golem, a couple maybe of spell and trap cards, you can't do nothing. And thanks to the skill, instead you can summon a big boy on the field that has 3k, so really nice. The second effect instead is, if you control Ancient Gear Golem, you can set one polymerization from outside your deck, but then during the end phase of this turn, you have to return that card to the very bottom of your deck. And actually, it's really hard to use this second effect because you need to get to keep that Ancient Gear Golem on the field for a whole turn, and I mean that does not happen always. You know what I mean? And the skill can only be used if you begin the duel with a deck, excluding the extra deck, that contains at least 12 level 8 or lower, and no other monsters than Ancient Gear. But actually there's a mistranslation against, I guess, because I tried to play 12 level 8 or lower Ancient Gear and then one level 9, that was the Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, but then the skill wasn't activatable. So I guess you can't play level 9 Ancient Gear, just level 8 or lower, and that's pretty bad. And actually makes the deck a little bit less consistent. But to be honest with you, this is just for the new skill, to show you the new skill, how it works. But I'm totally sure that the new support can be useful even without the skill. So to have the most fun with this skill, this is how the deck list looks like. This is what I came up with: triple Ancient Gear Golem and one Ultimate Pound. I actually felt like it was needed to play at least one, because most of the times it can be an ATK machine. Just because if you have your Ancient Gear Fortress on the field and you summon the Ultimate Pound, it can't be targeted, and no, it can't be destroyed by card effects. So if it is protected by Fortress and you just have a couple of machine monsters in your hand, a couple of Ancient Gear monsters in your hand, you can just attack 3 times with a big boy that inflicts piercing damage. That just means it is unstoppable. That's why I wanted to play one of that. Then we have triple Ancient Gear Wyvern, of course mandatory, with the combo of Gearbox and the Gear Frame. Pretty nice to have that multiple that +2 to your hand. Then we have the new card, the Hunting Hound, just a card that can fusion summon without poly, so just in case you do not manage to use the second effect of the skill to bring a poly from outside your deck. That's pretty nice. And then I decided to play one Hydra, because if you you can easily summon the Howitzer, right? And when Howitzer is destroyed by battle, and actually it's the only way you can get rid of him, you can special summon an Ancient Gear from your deck, and it can be the Hydra. So that's pretty nice, because when Hydra is on the field, basically every monsters behave as the Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. This means that when he attacks, your opponent cannot activate any spell and trap effects and no monsters effect. So that's pretty nice. Then we have one Monster Reborn, pretty nice, the Ancient Gear Fortress, a couple of Pulse Mines, it's a no card. Like, if you have this, you're guaranteed to survive the turn, no matter what, as long as you have a machine monster on the field, of course. And then we have the Ancient Gear Reborn that is simply broken with Howitzer, because the best thing about Howitzer is that he can be special summoned. So once you summon him, and then your opponent is gonna destroy him with by battle, because there's no other way for him to be gone. You can simply keep him coming back as long as you want, either with the Monster Reborn or with the Ancient Gear Reborn. And as every time he comes back and he gets destroyed, you get to summon another big boy, Ancient Gear big boy from your deck. So this is pretty much broken, to be honest. The extra deck we've got one, just because I have one. Honestly, I think another one would be fine. So a couple, I think it would be better. A couple of Ancient Gear Golem. You could actually happen to summon more than one, and then a Psychroid. Why? Because this guy can just attack directly, and with the poly can be a nice strat, especially because with the Howitzer you have some burn damage together with the Hunting Gown. So just an expected move. And then we have a couple of rank 4, just because with the Ancient Gear Reborn and the effect of Howitzer, you could happen to have a couple of level 4 on the field. So Diamond Direwolf and Malevolent seem the best generic rank 4 XCs. And last but not least, a rank 8, just in case. For two turns in a row, the only thing you do is summon a couple of Ancient Gear Golem. So a couple of level 8, it could be better to have a rank 8 XCs. So guys, that was all. Enjoy the replays. They are pretty funny, and they actually showcase the strongness, the strength of Howitzer combined with Reborn, so don't miss them. And if you have some question, you can of course write in the comment section down below. We can jump right into the replays. Here we go, my boys. First duel on a 3-win streak against Nissan and Holyguard. This guy is playing Amazon, so that's pretty nice, and another deck that can have a comeback. I like the way things are going with Konami actually giving us support for everything, so that we can actually play with everything we want. So I really like this road, So we begin with a Wyvern. So keep in mind when you summon a Wyvern to set your cards before summoning the Wyvern, because for the rest of the turn after you activate its effect, you cannot set cards. So as you can see, it's got the Spy out with the Princess and then the Amazon's Village. So because he had the Village with the effect of the Princess, we are sure that he already has the Onslaught right there. And then I don't know why he just attacked with the Baby Tiger. I think because he wanted to activate the effect of Village, but he forgot that with the effect of Village you can just summon a monster that has a lower level than the monster that was just destroyed. So keep in mind that if you're playing Amazons. So right now I went with Hunting Gown, as you can see, inflicting some damage and then using the effect to go straight away into the ultimate Ancient Gear Golem, because I had the Ancient Gear Golem in my hand. And then I can just attack at this point. He's got the Onslaught, but we don't care about that, because at this point we just want to have inflict the more damage that we can. Look at that, he's got to summon another Princess, and that's totally fine, because the big boy actually inflicts piercing damage. We have 3200 and he gets banished, but that's fine, because we can just we can just resist until we have another Hunting out to summon, and then we just won. That's how it is. So he has to finish off right now, and he started to attack, but at this point I can just use the Ancient Gear Reborn to bring back the gearbox, and that's fine as well. Then it's got the effect of the Swordswoman, and that's fine again, because now I can just summon back my Ancient Gear frame. Keep in mind that, and using the effect, as you can see right there, using the effect to discard a card, another Ancient Gear Golem. Then I can use the skill to normal summon the Ancient Gear Golem without tributing, and at this point I can just stuck with both, and even the attack of the Ancient Gear frame would be enough to finish her. That's how you do it, my boys. There you go. Second duel, my boys, against Sora. So we have the new character with the new cards, the fluffer cards. He's got the dog to begin with, adding the wings to his hand. We have a pretty nice hand, to be honest. Then he's got the bear to have the toy vendor. I think I have all the cards. I only have to farm Sora, honestly. I'm not sure I'm gonna do it, but I mean, every Yu-Gi tuber right now is gonna bring out a Fluffle deck, so unless I come up with something spicy and different from all the other versions that already are on YouTube, I guess I'm not gonna cover that. So he's got a couple of cards right there. I guess no poly, no fusion for him, so I just begin with the Fortress. Then I use the effect to summon the Ancient Gear Golem, as you can see right there, and then attacking some, starting to inflict some damage. You know, the fact that he inflicts piercing damage is just so good and makes the deck worthy. So he's got another toy vendor right there, and then the Fluffle Hole to have the polymerization. So at this point he can fusion summon, and he went straight away with the Tiger, but then he made the mistake because he decides to pop both the Golem and the Fortress. But the Fortress, when it's destroyed, let me summon a monster, an Ancient Gear monster from my hand or graveyard. So the Wyvern is here to let me have the gearbox and the frame, as you can see right there. So he's got the toy vendor right there, but still he's got not enough stuff to finish me off. I also went for this strange, weird decision, but that's fine. And we have our life points, and at this point, look at that, I've got anything I need. I can fusion summon basically. I can just summon the Wyvern from the graveyard with the effect of Monster Reborn and get either the Hunting Hound or actually the Hunting Hound is everything I need to fusion summon and finish him off. That's how you do it. There you go. Third duel, my boys, against Xiangsken. I don't know how to pronounce it. Xiangsheng against, I guess, right? So it's us to begin. We have, as you can see right there, the pulse mines I was talking about. So a couple of pulse mines, and we're actually safe for a couple of turns. So it's got his full combo with the skill activated and playing the skills from his deck, and then the Joker to look for another performable monster. Then he's got the Pendulum Summon, as you can see right there. Second on it had another Joker, and then he can just attack. He started with the Strike to pop the Ancient Gear Golem, so I had to activate the Pulse Mines at that point. Otherwise, I wouldn't be active. I wouldn't be able to do it after. So after that, he can't do nothing. I have the Ancient Gear Wyvern to had the box, and then the box to had the frame. I was actually safe. I didn't went for the Hunting Hound play because I have another Pulse Mine, so there was actually no reason to summon the Howitzer first. So it's got the Joker once again, this time to have the Noble Dragon Magician. Then this is like kind of a fusion summon with Beast Eyes Pendulum Dragon, and then he's got the Pendulum Summon with the Dice Pendulum Dragon again. As soon as he attacks, Pulse Mai says no thank you, and we're good to go. And now we can just summon the Hunting Hound using the effect, inflict some damage using the other effect to fusion summon the Ancient Gear Golem, and at this point he can't do nothing. He has hit monster with 100 defense and defense position, and that's all we need, my boys. That's how you do it. There you go. Last but not least, guys, this was a rank up duel, as you can see right here against yugioh. Let's see what we've got. Actually a perfect hand, because we can do anything we want at this point. He has his full combo, sending with the skill, sending the gloves to the graveyard, and then he has another one as well. He's got the Silent Boots to XC summon into the Levier Sea Dragon, summoning a monster that was banished. As you can see, adding also the Phantom Knight's Blade, so he has something to prevent me from attacking. But triple set, and luckily for me, I just got the Fortress. So what does this mean? That when I have the Fortress, he can't do nothing on my Ancient Gear monsters that are just summoned in that turn. So look at that, Ancient Gear Hunting Hound, using the effect to inflict some damage, then fusion summon into Gear Golem. I decided to keep the Wyvern for the next turn, honestly. So boom, the Ancient Gear Golem is here. He used Book of Moon, but he couldn't target my Ancient Gear Golem. That's why I just attacked, and then he had to target his own monster, and next turn he just cooped. So Ancient Gear Fortress actually is the card that can make this deck really good. And yes, guys, so my thoughts on this is that the skill just helps you not break when you have the Ancient Gear Golem. So this skill actually lets you play more Ancient Gear Golems so that you can easily go into an Ancient Gear Ultimate Golem. You know, in my opinion, that's the main purpose of the skill, and actually it actually works quite good. So guys, that was all for today's video. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thanks a lot for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.